Senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti Uduaha, spoke to reporters on Monday about her resumption in the Senate after a federal high court judgment lifted her 6-month suspension on Friday, July 4th. She expressed appreciation to her constituents and supporters and reiterated her dedication to her legislative duties in serving the people of Kogi Central. She also confirmed that she awaits the certified true copy of the judgment from the court to determine her next line of action. Let's take a look.
As a matter of fact, we expect to have this CTC today, but that also will determine our next step in action. The statement I made that day of me resuming on Tuesday was right immediately after the pronouncement of the court that my suspension was unconstitutional and excessive, and that the people should not be deprived representation, that even though the Senate has the powers to punish members, but they should not punish the constituents alongside. So based on that, when my people came home to my house in Abuja right from the courts, I did mention that, okay, with this victory, we look forward to going to work on Tuesday. But that being said, like I said, we anticipate the judgment, the written judgment, the certified true copy, and that will determine the next step. But I'm very positive. But again, like I said, irrespective of me being under suspension, it never hindered me from working. I worked every day.
All right, Natasha Akpoti Uduaha here. Today is Tuesday, and you know that there was that video where she said she was going to resume on Tuesday. So, but it is, good to see that she has clarified that, she's going to wait for the certified true copy of the judgment before she takes her next line of action. Because, there was this group that was even advising her, please don't show up until at least the Senate calls you in and all of that. Rufai.
Which is only disadvantage. Case, and like we also did discuss yesterday, it's also best we get a certified true copy. So the question is, what is delaying the certified true copy? Is it out?
I spoke with our reporter yesterday, and he said that probably by the end of the week. Natasha here is saying that it should have come out today, or it should come out today. It should have
come out so that people can file their case. Because I don't want a case where Senate will now go on another long recess, will not delay whatever that has to be done. And please, we'd like to call on the judiciary. It's a certified true copy. At least before the judge gives the verdict judgment, he's written it down, they've typed it out. We just need to fetch, and it comes out immediately. So please, we beg them, certified true copy must go out, so that all parties can be able to see what is written in the certified true copy.
Yes.
That's just where we are going.
All right, good. Dr. Abati, I wanted to come to you with Natasha's resumption. And of course, we wanted to just highlight the judgment again, some of the excerpts that we have seen. And one of it was the fact that she was fined 5 million naira for contempt of court. And we know that because of that, she may not, be able to hold any political office in the future if she doesn't go on appeal. Your thoughts on that?
Okay, the thing is this. Justice Bitan Yako was very clear in saying you have to publish the apology in 2 newspapers and also on Facebook, where the original satirical apology was, made. Now, also pay 5 million naira. Yesterday, I was going to make a clarification that where contempt is involved, there may be a complainant in the contempt proceeding who may have suffered damage. And that is why, that apology is not just to the court. It's also to the person who has suffered some kind of reputational damage. And you will recall that, yes, she flouted the order of court, but the satirical apology was directed to Senator Goswill Akpabio. That was just the point I wanted to make. That although it was civil contempt, as far as Shikuria, there are, because contempt is in 2 categories. Contempt in the face of court, contempt away from the face of court. So this is a case of contempt as far as Shikuria. So, but the court says we need that apology. We should put that apology forward. The second thing is that the Senate is saying that without that apology, she cannot show up. But she has provided useful clarification. She has said when our supporters came and all that, she said, oh, we may show up
on Tuesday. That is today, yes.
But she has now said, well, she too has not seen the certified true copy.
Yes.
And that, when she sees the certified true copy and her lawyers analyze it and advise her appropriately, then she will know what to do next. So that's a very safe way.
Yes.
And you see that as the reporter was asking questions, she said, no, let's keep that. Let's keep that. Yes. Because she didn't want to repeat any offense.
All right.
However, she made one important point, or two. What are the two important points that are isolated? That whether she's in the Senate or not, while she's still fighting that battle, that she has continued to represent the interest of her people in Kogi Central. Yeah. And that has not stopped her from pursuing matters that are of interest to our constituents and also to Nigerians, particularly with regard, she said, what she called the gold bill, something about gold that she says she's defending. And I think that, there's a very strong message there, namely that you don't have to be in the Senate to defend the interest of your people. Another strong point that she made was about women representation. That is also about women, but she didn't go far as to talk about our original, course of action. She said there are 3 women out of all the members in the Senate. And this morning, we have also talked about this women representation. So if she's talking from that high level, and she's saying, look, women should be supported, I think that is also a point that you can't take away from her. But she has an obligation to clear all the legal issues. Yes. It's not just the matter in the Court of Justice Binta in Yako. We understand there are still other cases that are pending. Right. But I'm sure she will have gained better clarity as to the circumstances in which she has found herself.
You wanted to make a quick point on something, just a quick point. I heard you saying you wanted to do just a quick point. What was it?
I want to read based on the reportage.
On what story?
Natasha's story.
Natasha's story, okay.
This is based on the reportage. This is the Punch reporting that in a twist, the court imposed monetary penalty on Oduaga for breaching a prior court directive that barred both parties for making public statements about the ongoing legal matter that runs into millions of naira. There was a word by the court that both parties should not talk. She breached that one.
Yes.
Hence my point yesterday.
About?
The contempt is for the courts.
Yes.
The contempt is for the courts.
Yes.
The contempt was as issued by the courts.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did somebody say
the law of contempt is a special category in law. It's not about sentiment or personal opinion.
With due respect.
It's about law.
All right.
Based on the reportage, the contempt
there is a complaint, and the matter was even taken to court by Akpabio. Akpabio's counsel.
And why I say that is also best for us to see the CTC.
Yeah,
let us not mislead the public.
That's why I kept on repeating the point.
This is elementary law, please.
No, let us see the CTC.
Public.
Yeah. Dr. Abati, you yourself said yesterday that you can't comment on a judgment you don't have the CTC. How come you are not commenting on a judgment you don't have the CTC? Okay. Let's wait for the CTC. All I read is a reportage of what is going on.
Okay, some of these reports are done by lawyers, by reporters who don't even
Dr. Abati, we have a reporter there, and I have a count of the reporter who has made so many different comments, whether or not the judge said it was unconstitutional or not.
Reporter
no, I'm talking about Arise, the reporter, Godfrey Ocean.
He was at the position of the law.
He was at the court. I'm just reporting what he said. Yes.
Did he say that contempt is for the court, not that the complainant in the action?
No, I'm just trying to highlight that we have a reporter. At the end of the day, we'll get all the information from the reporter. That's all. Well, all right.